Huh?
Can I ask not to be in it?
Well, I mean, why'd you stop? You know?
Because I don't appreciate being videotaped like this.
Well, then you probably should just keep driving, and then you wouldn't be,
Common
you know?
sense.
It's like,
No, makes sense.
All right.
so this is Zero Avenue, and this street is actually in Canada. But where I'm standing, which is the Washington State Park side of Peace Arch Park, I'm in the US, so that car is in Canada. And this street is patrolled pretty heavily by the RCMP, which is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Canada doesn't have its own like border patrol like we do. Like we have an agency devoted entirely to handling matters at the border, where Canada, they don't have like a border patrol. They use the RCMP, which handles you know, border issues as far as like people trying to sneak across the border and stuff like that. And so this is a really unique place. I've done other videos up in here, yeah. Need to get my margaritas going. But anyways, I've done other videos up here, and I have a playlist of all my videos that I've done in Canada and at the border. So if you want to check out some of those videos, I'll probably put the link down in the description. But yeah, this is the ditch. This is the infamous ditch. So this ditch is really the demarcation line. Once you go across that ditch and you end up out here onto Zero Avenue, you're in Canada. But I'm on US soil, so I'm filming what's going on this street, which is not a whole hell of a lot right now from the park. Real exciting stuff, huh? So the RCMP actually has these like ghost cars that I call them, and they're unmarked cars, kind of like that one right there. I don't know if that's an RCMP car, and they don't have any markings on them, or at least most of them don't. There are some that do, but even the ones that do are like real, it's hard to tell. Just kind of, hey, hello. And what they do is they patrol up and down this street, you know, just kind of monitoring it, because this is the border. I mean, we are looking at the border, and you know, looking for like unusual activity. I'll tell you a story well, I'll tell it right now, but let me switch scenes. When I was on, let's say, vacation, and I say vacation in huge air quotes, in Canada's fine correctional system, I met a guy who was actually from Washington State, who was, he had gotten busted right here on Zero Avenue for trying to smuggle firearms across the border. He had actually, he had called a cab or an Uber, one of the two, and you know, basically just hung out here in the park. And when his ride showed up, you know, he jumped in the cab and told the cab to take off, and then one of the RCMP ghost cars pulled over the cab, and he tried to get away by just jumping out of the cab, and he was going to jump the border and come back into the States, but the RCMP were pretty quick, and they grabbed him right on Zero Avenue before he could get back across the border. So you know, I also did a video up here with News Now Canada Independent Media, and where he actually got detained right here on Zero Avenue, and I filmed it from on this side, from the US side, where I am now.
No, you don't. It's an international park. There's people crossing here every day.
Sir, I'm just explaining to you.
Am I being detained?
I haven't said anything.
Have a great day.
Sir,
Have a great day.
no, just a second.
And you guys might like that video, but it's really changed. The border is not what it used to be. There's a lot more restrictions. Like, look at how dead Peace Arch Park is. It's just, I remember when this used to be, even at this time, it would just be filled with people, because this was a big meeting spot for people, especially during the pandemic, when families were separated and people would come here. And it was because British Columbia had closed the Canadian side. The government of British Columbia had closed the Canadian side of the park, so you couldn't actually go over to the Canadian side. It's open now, and we're going to go over there in a minute. But so people from Canada would come here to Peace Arch Park and get to spend time with their family on the US side, because you used to be able to just walk, like, let's say you lived in one of these houses here on Zero Avenue, or right off Zero Avenue. You could come into this park and you could hang out in the park and without having to go through customs and immigration, and just slip back across into Canada. But then they tightened it up a little bit by the RCMP would just be randomly stopping people, asking for their identification. And you know, that's when they were hassling Donald about, you know, who's News Now Canada independent media. He didn't have a passport, and he was arguing with him, but ultimately they ended up letting him go, but because he is a Canadian citizen. But it's even gotten even more extreme now. You cannot cross here, even if you're just coming over to the park to hang out for a little bit. No. And it's actually gotten even more extreme, because, you know, this is an international park, and there's an agreement that's been in place for years where citizens from both countries can actually walk to the other, like a Canadian citizen could walk from the Canadian side over to the US side and vice versa, and could roam around freely in the park. Like I say, I'm a non-Canadian. I could go over to the Canadian side, hang out, do my thing, drink some margaritas. Well, I don't know about drinking margaritas, but and then come back over to the US side and not have to go through customs and all that stuff. Where now you can't, Canadian citizens cannot go beyond the public restrooms, which are right over there. I'm going to be walking by there in just a minute. So now, if you're Canadian, really, you're very limited as to where you can go in the park. You can only go beyond the big white Peace Arch, and we're going to be looking at that in just a minute. Eventually, people, it's just going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to cross the border, or, you know, without, you know, going through customs and having a passport and all that stuff. So it's, you know, it may look like an open border, and in some ways it is, but in many other ways it's not. Because if I was to just step across this ditch and go onto Zero Avenue, I'd be dealing with the Mountie. So we got a couple U.S. Border Patrol. You'll see them hanging out here in the park if you ever come up here. We got a couple of them standing over there. They're keeping an eye on me. You know, I'm sure they'll be quick to let the RCMP know if I step onto Zero Avenue. Or I don't know, maybe they'll be like, oh, that's NastyNathanial. Let's just let's let Canada deal with them. So this is what I'm talking about. Canadians can no longer go past this point. You can see this sign, pursuant to 19 USC blah 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 blah, all persons seeking to enter the United States from Canada must be inspected by customs. Yeah, so like I said, it's just getting more and more and more restrictive. And so, yeah, you know, and it's really sad, because this used to be such a open, peaceful area where people from both countries could come and, you know, hang out in the park and spend time with their loved ones, do a little kissy poo. which is what I wish I was doing with Parker Osmond right now. But anyways, I don't know. I'll try to limit the silliness during this video, but I think you all get the idea. So this right here is the big peace arch, and this is you know, kind of like a friendship arch. I've got both the US flag and the Canadian flag flying high and proud. And the thing about this big giant arch is, on the other side of that is Canada. This is, you know, just like the ditch, we're right at the demarcation line. So if I was to walk through that, completely through it, I would be in Canada. So what do you say? Should I walk into Canada? I think you know what the answer is to that.
Yes!
So yeah, let's go through the peace arch. Kind of echoes in here. You'll hear it in just a minute. Like, hello, hello. There we go. 1814, open 100 years. 1914. Oh wow. And then over here we got these gates. May these gates, God, I can't read today, never be closed. Well, they're not closed right now, but I have a feeling it's not going to be long before they are. But yeah, let's continue north. Let's continue onwards. So now, folks, I am in Canada. I am on Canadian soil. Here we go. Rock and roll. So this is it, folks. This is, you know, NastyNathanial standing on the other side of Peace Arch. And you see there's the Canadian flag on the Canadian side. I'll zoom in on that so you can take a look. There it is, the Canadian flag. Proof that I'm in Canada. So, somebody looks like somebody went fishing. And they went fishing in the States. Maybe they got better lakes in the States. I don't know. Although I would have my doubts. Alright. Alrighty. We got an exciting Mercedes. Whoa, holy moly. They're going into the... Oh, they must be Canadian. Or maybe they're just Canadians that, you know, want to go over to the wheelhouse and... Blaine and get their drink on, which is what I should be doing here pretty soon. All right, we got an electric Hyundai. Whoa, holy moly. Wow, this is heavy, folks. Look at that, oh boy. I wonder if these people think I'm holding like a radar gun, like a speed radar gun. You know, like I'm gonna give them a ticket right before they leave Canada. Wow. I think I see somebody looking at me with binoculars up there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely taking a picture of me. Wow. Got a cam back. I wonder if he's like one of those undercover RCMP guys that like patrols around the park, like looking for people that are, you know, illegally crossing. But that's the thing, this is an open area, so like, I wonder what he's gonna do. Well, that's the that might be one of those RCMP ghost cars. Yeah, they're watching me. They're watching this border, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's one of them, right? Take a look at the license plate. Yeah, they're on my butt. There they are, they're watching me. Yeah, they're on it. Wonder if they're gonna try to like, they're gonna wait until I get a little further into the park and maybe they're gonna try to snatch me, I don't know. Yeah, that's an RCMP ghost car right there. Oh yeah, there they go. Peekaboo, I see you. Yeah, I know you're there, mother. Oh, the RCMP is, there he is. He's turning around, he's going back. All right. Wonder if it's because he sees me over here. Yeah, as soon as I walk over here, he drives away. Yeah, they're on it, they're watching. They are watching. That's an RCMP officer right there, a uniformed officer. Oh, she's by, there she is. I think it's a she. Yeah. RCMP, for those of you who don't know, stands for Royal Canadian Mounted Police, but yeah. She's there on 0 Avenue, which actually turns into the Peace Portal. Yeah, she knows I'm filming her. Oh yeah, she's looking at me. I wonder what she's like. See, that's my big thing. I wonder if they know it's me. I wonder if she knows. Oh, yeah, there she is. Whoa. Oh, she's shaking her head. What? Just making a video. How are you? Well, yeah, right now. Awesome. If I'm gonna what? What was that?
So, what are you doing exactly?
Just making a video about the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going, because I saw you earlier there too. If you're going to cross, you're going to get arrested, right? You understand that?
Why would I get arrested? Not onto 0 Avenue, but if I want to.
Yeah, you can go through the border. Like, you could go report. If you don't, then you're going to be arrested for that.
But I mean, you can go onto the park side.
I'm just saying, if you're hanging out here and you want to cross, you want to pass the border, go through legally. Okay? That's all. Thank you.
Oh no, I understand. I understand.
That's all.
But I can go hang out in the BC side of the park without going through CBSA, right? Because it's an international park.
If you cross the border through the park, there are officers on that side, there's an officer here. So you have to show your document when you pass it. If you fail to report, then you have to come and
Oh, okay.
go through the CBSA, okay?
Yeah, okay. But they're not going to arrest me just for going to the BC side.
Yes, you will.
Just the park.
Yeah, you have to go through CBSA to order. To report.
Even if you're just going in the park.
Not BC side.
Really? When did that change?
Just cut it off, okay? When you're going through the border,
Don't get mad.
you have to go legally. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, you don't have to get mad. I've been up here before.
This is done.
Okay, walk away then.
Common sense. Okay?
Yeah, I know the rules of the park. I know how this works. This is my first time here.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow, attitude. So there's the border marker right there. So she's saying I'm going to be arrested if I cross. So let me zoom in.
Doing is suspicious. People are living here. I don't think they appreciate that you videotape them. You understand?
Are you familiar with the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms? Section 2, paragraph B?
Are you Canadian?
It doesn't matter. I can take a picture. First of all, I'm not on Canadian soil.
This is suspicious. Like people are going and coming.
I'm not in Canada. I'm in the US right now. You know that.
So, do not stop videotaping.
I'm not going to stop videotaping. I have a right to videotape.
Videotape the like houses.
I can videotape anything I see in public. You know, you really need to read the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Section 2, paragraph B. Public photography in an open area is not prohibited.
Areas that you're facing, like,
It doesn't matter. This is all visible from a public space. Well, you can't do anything about it. Okay, well, hopefully this is like a supervisor and he'll educate her. And she also doesn't know that I can go over to the Canadian side of the park without having to go through immigration as long as I stay in the park. Wow. This RCMP has an attitude. Well, I think I have to see. Hopefully he's educating her. So hopefully he's telling her, he's explaining the rules to her. She doesn't know. Yeah, look at, she's... Alright, she's walking away. Walk of shame, walk of shame. And he's gonna do the... Well, he educated her. So, what's he just gonna do? Is he gonna, like, park there and... Yeah. Somebody got educated. There's watching me. Oh yeah, it's moving. See, it's watching me. Yeah. Yeah, they're on me. They know. They know I'm... They know old Nasty's in town. I came over there, this little open area. So hopefully he educated her. Let her know what time it is. Yeah. She needed an education. Was he just gonna park there or what? Alright, thank you for giving me a video. Oh look, she's like parked way up there. What's that? What is he doing? Why is he shining his like bright light? Is that supposed to like intimidate me or something? Oh, let's go a little closer. So he's just gonna like park there in the middle of the road and like shine his like intimidation lights on me. Yeah.